And shalom, everybody. Here we are again with a really super packed episode. It's going to be part one of this series, the Bermuda Triangle Portal and Dark Lightning. Whoa! And here I am, Brian Reese, host of Visual Disturbance. How is everybody doing today? I cannot wait to show you the stuff that I have found on this particular topic. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, anyways. So here I am. So, has anybody ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Probably everybody has. Has everybody heard of the Kennedy Space Center? NASA. A majority of people have. Space Force. And the whole addition to the Space Force. I'm just doing that because some people on there crack up when I say that. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. So, some of the big topic today, I've been contemplating this whole thing and just trying to, it's just going to be awesome. So just hang in there with me. Let's jump on into it. So here we are. I'm kind of giving everybody just an overview of what we're looking at. Kennedy Space Center, okay? Because some people might not know what actually this is. So Space Center, rockets, Apollo missions, etc., and all that. It was formed 60 years ago, 1962. Kind of a brief overview. So what I'm going to get into is, let's go to Google Earth for a moment. When I look at this, so I'm thinking about it the other day. I was like, well, how am I going to present this? Because there's just so much stuff. And I went back and I prayed about it. I went back and found something. So I said, surely not. Surely I'm wrong. So let's go to the Kennedy Space Center on Google Earth here. All right, here we are. Check this out, everybody. So, as you can see, we're at the location in Florida. Hang on a minute. Let me see. Well, this is really, I'm not going to put much emphasis on this area, but it is going to be a point that I'm going to bring into the video when we're going to describe what I found with the Bermuda Triangle. So, as everybody heard about the graveyard of shuttles, so like, if you believe in the flat earth, like I do, I've heard some crazy stories that there is literally shuttles and parts of shuttles, etc., in like this graveyard in the ocean. So I contemplate everything. I'm sitting there, just trying to critical think, like I've said in the past, and I'm thinking some of when they do Apollo missions, these shuttle missions and all that, they, even when they did with the Tesla, they was shooting off satellites, all that stuff. So I'll probably use another word than that, launched. So anyways, I've always thought it was very peculiar that they wait like for storms and stuff. So even in this area, I know we have to think, but then I was thinking about storms, and like they're always like, wait, we have to delay the launch or etc. And I never thought anything about it until probably in the last year, probably a little longer than that, maybe 2 years. So here we are. And this out on the East Coast, this is a big area for, as far as hurricanes. Hurricanes pop through here quite a bit through this area and go up into the Gulf and all that up in this way. But I want to bring another thing is there's starforts. I'm not going to put much time into this, but I wanted to show it. There's a starfort literally right down the street, down from Daytona Beach. And then there's another one, and then there's another one. So there's 3 in a row, which I think is kind of interesting. And you go down the shoreline, there's not some, you don't see any until you get down to further south past Miami and everything, but out of pretty much out of the tip end of Florida. But what I'm gonna make sense of all this is I went and looked at it, and I'm thinking, man, I gotta check out the ley lines of this area at the Kennedy Space Center. So, boom, check the ley line where it's not that far. This, like I always say in the videos I do, this is a line that I made myself. But as you can see, there's not much distancing between between the ley lines and the Space Center here. So there's like 22 miles, roughly 22, 24 miles, give or take. And then there's definitely not too much, as far as the same kind of distancing with all these three star forts, right? So we're gonna get into it. So here's what I found. So let's go ahead and talk about the Bermuda Triangle. I've always pondered and thought, when they do the launches and they have like an arch, it kind of goes at an angle a little bit, right? And I get it. We can get into. I'm not going to get into the big debate with all the, going to globe or flat Earth. That's not the point. I'm just trying to look at it with the research I have as far as the Google Earth template and say, look, here's the data, what we got going on. So when I look and I go to the Kennedy Center, and I'm thinking, okay, so the Bermuda Triangle is literally not too far. I mean, it is a distance, but it's out in the middle of the ocean. So if you go more eastward of Florida, you'll be able to run into it. It's not that far. It's not that far at all. So let's get back to the Google Earth. I'm going to show you something that was just cracks me up. So hang on. Here we are. Let's get the star forts off. Let's get the ley lines off. Let's navigate. When I typed in Bermuda Triangle, it takes a little tab, puts a little, tic tac, pops it in, the marker. So I circled it. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just going to be wrong. And then I thought about it and prayed. I said, Father, please, Father, give me the knowledge to what I need to do for this broadcast and present this the best I can. So when I went, I'll just go ahead and show you guys. Like I said, and talk about it all day. So I typed in the Bermuda Triangle, okay? And this is what I circled it. I just clicked on, and I can go to it. So this is what it says. Well, and it takes me right here. So this is a circle that I made on my own, just for a marker, right? So I wanted to show you guys something. Well, if I can get off here, let's see if I can get off this. Something wrong here. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So when I look at this and I look at it as a marker, is from A to B. So if I go back to Kennedy Space Center, and if you guys remember, I did a show on the cutting edge. I'll tell you what, hang on. I did a show on the cutting edge, and we was talking about, the UN and Georgia Guidestones and the distancing with the number. And here I am with numbers again. But here we are. We are going to do this. We are going to go here. Some of you all might know this. I just found this out the other day, so I had to pray about it. So when I go from A to B, look at the tab. We're hitting in the, we can obviously go here, duh, as far right out. Should I have said duh? Probably shouldn't have said duh. Toward the middle is what I'm getting at. Even if we're getting close to the proximity, so we can seriously go and get to 666 miles in this circumference area where the Bermuda Triangle. So if I back out, right? So the Bermuda Triangle, this is kind of more toward, if I go from, I'll just kind of navigate and let you guys follow with me. So it starts with Miami. It goes down here to Puerto Rico. I think it's down, yeah. Down here in Puerto Rico, marking it, that would be a line. And let me just go ahead and do it. I'll just do it. Let me add a line real quick, a path. Let me do a path. I'll do a path for you guys. Miami. Well, if I can. Come on. Let's see. It's one to not work. That's okay. Anyways, for the sake of time and me making mistakes, bubbles and farts and all the other parts is what John Hall says, or something like that, on the lines of that. So if I go straight here and go down, and it marks out the pyramid, like the triangle and then there's the middle where when it first said to go to the Bermuda Triangle, and then you go upward, and then here is the Bermuda Island that actually has a bunch of star forts. So if you go back, it would make a triangle. So you use the icon here, the hand. I give you all a little bit more visual because I couldn't get the ruler to work correctly there. Sometimes it messes up on Google Earth. I have no clue why. It might be the operator. So I'm in a triangle formation, right dab in the middle. 666 miles. You just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. I was floored, but I was like, what? So let's go back and let's go to this article. Newly discovered pyramids and advanced technology hidden in the Bermuda Triangle. This was dated July the 30th, 2022. And let's get into it. Is the news that everyone has been waiting for in relation to the Bermuda Triangle? According to an oceanographer, the technology that lurks in the ocean Bermuda Triangle is somewhat unusual and probably did not originate on Earth. Originate on Earth. I'm still trying to recover from that awesome episode that me and Dan Bedoni did on. You can go and look. I'll put the link in this broadcast. I put the link down in the description. The new alien agenda that we did last night. It was over 2 hours long. It was very awesome. Very awesome. Thank you, Dan, for being so kind, my friend. But anyways, originate from Earth. So I'm sitting there contemplating on this. I'm thinking, okay, you hear all these rumors about ships disappearing, planes disappearing, all this big thing about the Bermuda Triangle, right? Well, then I started kind of going outward more and further out. I was thinking, man, come on now. There's more, like the Malaysia 370. We will be talking about these subjects, by the way. I will be showing in the next episode and probably the next. So because this is going to be part 1. I'm going to do a little overview and just a rundown. It's going to be a short video. But the next 2 is going to be jam-packed also with a lot of data. So I don't want to make a 3-hour video, you know what I mean? Especially just... It just works better, and I can split it up, and it just makes it more fun. So anyways, let's get back to the just me rambling on here. Okay, so it did not originate from Earth, supposedly. Also known as the Devil's Triangle. Really? Devil's Triangle. For real? Think about it. I just literally showed you the 666 miles from the Kennedy Space Center, which in NASA, we know what that means. We know all the deception with all that, right? And we know the snake, the serpent. We get into the whole the polio and the polyon and all that. We can get into a bunch of stuff, the Apollo missions, all that stuff. But for the sake of this video, I'm just showing the data. But why in the world? Think about it. They call it the Devil's Triangle. I get it, from disappearance, all this. But I just showed you 666 miles from the Kennedy Space Center, which I thought was really strange. What do you guys think? Let's continue on. The Bermuda Triangle is defined by points in the Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. It extends less than 1,000 miles on both sides. The triangle does not exist according to the U.S. Navy. The name is not recognized by the U.S. Council on Geographical Names. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not buying it, but yeah, I'm not buying it. But many theories have put forward to explain the extraordinary mystery of missing planes and ships, extraterrestrials, residues of Atlantis crystals, humans with anti-gravity weapons or vortexes. Yeah. And that is a theory, right? But yeah, you just can't make this stuff up. 666 miles from the Kennedy Space Center. Good night. But anyways, continue on. Strange magnetic fields and methane gas emissions from the ocean floor are the favorites of the more technical weather. Storm, hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes, waves, currents, and other natural and human causes are favored among skeptic researchers. Well, I could probably say I'm a little skeptic of this whole this whole narrative with the Bermuda Triangle. I'm not really buying the narrative in any kind of academia or any kind of shape or form. But like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, they have severe hurricanes come through there and start gaining strength in that trajectory, in that pathway. So let that settle in. Continue on. Is it possible this imaginary triangle is proof of an extraterrestrial activity? And once again, me and Dan did an awesome video last night on the New Age alien agenda, right? And we talked about all the stuff that they're pushing now. So this came out in July. So, this is not that, it's not even a month old. It's almost a month old. But think about it. And literally just what the last few days has been information craziness when it comes to alien stuff. So, continue on. One thing is certain. In the past century, the Bermuda Triangle shadowed ships and planes, most of which we never found, simply disappeared and was responsible for the loss of hundreds of lives. In the center of the Bermuda Triangle, there 2 giant pyramids made out of thick glass have been discovered. The technology found under the vast ocean is the mystery to modern science. The anomalous structures located at the depth of 2,000 meters were identified by Dr. Meyer, a German oceanographer, and his team using sonar equipment. Yeah. So if you're new to this channel, I'm big into giants. I'm big into magnetic fields. It's a huge thing. I've looked at it with mounds, etc., and a lot of anomalies. And if you look at this, and then there's so much data when it comes to giant narrative that has, I know this is not nothing to do with this video, but it all kind of goes with, when I think about it, it all just flows. So the whole giant narrative and these 2 giant pyramids that we're talking about with this article that they're supposedly finding underground, 2,000 meters under the water, made of glass. I have heard there's many giant, I then forgot the name of the tribe, it's all on the tip of my tongue, but there has been many researchers out there that have found that giants had some type of glass technique, formation, and there is such thing that has been recorded in some shape or form of triangle glass pyramids. I've even heard one of them in Alaska, but I haven't really got a specific location on that. So anyways, glass pyramids under the water in the Bermuda. Meyer firmly believes that the discovery of secret and strange parallel structures in the center of the triangle could shed light on the mystery of disappearance of ships and planes associated with the Bermuda Triangle. According to the report, the number of mysteries around the pyramids is something that no one can be able to answer. It is said that the pyramids located in the depth of 2 kilometers are made of some type of glass, which may be one of the main reasons why the area had anomalous disappearances. This is the sonar picture, supposedly. American oceanographers are said to have discovered anomalous structures more than 20 years ago, including that the surface of the structures were flat, suggested they were made of some type of glass. There's another little clip there of it. The alleged pyramids, which no one was able to photograph, would be 3 times the size of the Great Pyramids of Giza. I suppose that in the end it is up to the reader to believe in such mysterious discoveries. So that's the end of the article. So what are we looking at, right? Well, it gets real deep. That's why we're gonna have to make a couple more shows just to tie the whole series into this particular topic. So, here we are. I'm going to make a connection with the Kennedy Space Center on the next episode in part 2 that goes up north. But 2 more things I'm going to pop up here. So what did I say a minute ago? With, this article is talking about tsunamis, hurricanes, etc. And they are, in the space shuttle program, they do wait. They'll be like, well, the weather's not right. Or we have weather anomalies. Okay. Let's go that way. Let's go that route then. So, you do a quick Google search on dark lightning. Dark lightning. Okay? Yeah. It's a thing. Let's do this. It's hilarious that when I type in dark lightning, I just went to do a Google search, dark lightning. Dark lightning is a burst of gamma rays that is produced by the collision of extremely fast moving electrons and air molecules that take place during thunderstorms. Researchers also refer to a terrestrial gamma ray flash of cumulonimbus is a type of cloud that causes stormy weather. And we all know that I don't forgot where it's at, but we know that NASA has and we could talk about the HA word, but HARP. I'm just messing around. But we could talk about the technologies they have, right? And we could talk about the place where NASA has where they can actually make clouds. I've seen a video several years ago. They can make clouds and literally start doing cloud seeding, right? Like forming storms above anywhere. So that's a whole nother weather. We can talk about weather modification later on. But as we can see in this, just a little tidbit of what Google can give you here. Dark lightning, gamma rays that produce by the collision of extremely fast molecules and air, all that, electrons, etc. So wait, there's more. So I'm like sitting there talking and thinking about it to myself. That thunderstorms, this is an old article from 2013. And I had to bring it up. So thunderstorms contain dark lightning, invisible pulses of powerful radiation. Mind you, they've known about dark lightning since 1991. Yeah, 1991. But I just want to throw that out there. So thunderstorms contain dark lightning and invisible pulses of powerful radiation. A lightning bolt is one of nature's most over-the-top phenomenon, rarely fated to at least a pine of awe, no matter how many times a person has witnessed it. So, and it's going on about Benjamin Franklin, which just cracks me up when they spin the whole narrative. I'm not trying to disprove Benjamin Franklin. I don't want to even go the electrical standpoint. Let's just cut through all the garbage. Please give me something that's actually worth reading, but they do continuate on here. But I'll just skip. We all know about Benjamin Franklin. But scientists recently discovered something mind-bending about lightning. Sometimes its flashes are invisible, just sudden pulses of unexpected powerful radiation. It's what Joseph Dyer, a lightning researcher at Florida Institute of Technology, has termed dark lightning. Unknown to Franklin, but how clear to be a growing roster of lightning researchers and astronomers is that along with the bright thunderbolts, thunderstorms unleash sprays of X-rays and even intense bursts of gamma rays. A form of radiation normally associated with such cosmic spectates a collision stars. The radiation is in these visible blasts can carry 1 million times as much energy as radiation in visible lightning, but the energy dissipates quickly in all directions rather than remaining a still glow like lightning bolt. Dark lightning sometimes to complete with normal lightning as a way of thunderstorms to vent the electrical energy that gets pent up inside their rolling interiors, Dar says. Unlike with regular lightning, though, people struck by dark lightning, most likely while flying in an airplane. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something I connected to, too, in the next episode. So stay tuned to that. And it's awesome. I'm gonna pull it all in. So this is just kind of like the pilot. We're piloting the first episode of this series. Continue on. So yeah, with regular lightning though, people struck by dark lightning, most will likely while flying in an airplane would not get hurt. But according to Dyer's calculations, they might receive in an instant a maximum safe lifetime dose of ionizing radiation, the kind that wreaks the most havoc on the human body. The only way to determine whether an airplane had been struck by dark lightning would be to use the radiation detector. Right in the middle, a very brief bluish purple glow around the plane might be perceptible. Inside the airplane or aircraft, a passenger would probably not be able to feel or hear much of anything, but the radiation dose could be significant. However, because there's only one dark lightning occurrence for every 1,000 visible flashes, and because pilots take great pains to avoid thunderstorms, the risk of injury is quite limited. No one knows for sure if anyone has ever been hit by dark lightning. And I have to just say that's a lie. Because I just can't help it. Let's just, yeah, let's just continue. I'm going to read the rest of it. So, the conditions of for lightning, let's see here. The conditions for lightning occur when powerful updrafts and cumulonimbus clouds force water droplets and ice crystals to rub against one another, creating massive amounts of positive and negative charged particles. The updraft causes two types of charged particles to separate, with the top of the thunderbolt usually becoming positively charged as a part becomes negative charge. And then it goes on. The air between the changes normally acts as an insulating layer, which means no sparks can fly, no lightning, unless something can cause an installation to break down. Scientists have known from lab experiences super strong electrical fields contemporary convert the air extreme electrical neutral molecules into a conductive pathway. So yeah, so you just can't make this stuff up. So if you watched the show last night on Visual Disturbance here, and we talked about time travel, etc. So that's kind of where I'm going to be talking about in the next. I'm going to mention it a few times, but I'm kind of giving you all a little tidbit before we get into those next episodes. So hang on to your seat. I'm going to show you all something. Now this, let's see here. So we're back at the Bermuda. I showed you all the 666 miles. So here I'm going to pull the ley lines up. So if you've seen the other night when I did the other episode of, I can put it in the description below too if you guys want to enjoy watching it. You can rewatch it if you want. But the Nephilim Stargate that I did, so, you know, we talked about a pentagon shape, right? So I want to point something out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Got off the track there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a pentagon shape. And I thought that was very interesting to think there and ponder on it. That the energy, if you have an abundance of energy sources, some type of gateway here, some type of portal of some shape or form. So I went and done a little. I was like, hey, let's just see what happens. So you see this point here, and then I go across, follow this green line, and I go across the green line, and lo and behold, let's see here. I'm so sorry, wrong one. Let's see, wrong one. Get my bearings mixed up here. Bear with me, everybody. It's right here. Let's see, so Dome of Guatro Pearl. let's see, let's go to Dome of Guatro Pearl. There we are. So if we go over, and this line, it's the line here. So you get the black line I showed you guys where the Stonehenge was, the Spanish Stonehenge, and that star fort here, and that black line, right? So follow this green line, this bluish green line. We're going to follow it, okay? And we're going to follow it, and it goes right straight through it goes right over, and it literally just not too far from the Bermuda Island there, and right into the middle of this whole pentagon shape. And not to mention, we can't forget this. There's a smaller 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentagon shape, right? And where they had this Stonehenge, I'm all about finding location points like this. So if there's a Bermuda Triangle with this power of some shape or form portal system, what are we looking at here? And, you know, it's highly compelling. You cannot make it up. I have to look at it and as a whole and say, hey, what do we got going on here? So I wanted to see what you guys think, and let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoy this. if you're enjoying the first part of this episode, and I'll do a second and a third, and we'll see about the fourth. But yeah, I've got a bunch more material that we can literally make a few more episodes on this topic, and we're gonna tie back in the planes, tie back in the mistress, ships being disappeared, all the above. We're gonna be rocking it, and I hope you guys stay tuned. I really do appreciate everything. You all have been so kind, and just all the great comments. I can always get on here and be like, hey guys, I appreciate you all so much, and thank you for real. But we got a different outro today, so hang tight. It's a little different. And until next time, everybody. And like I said at the beginning, my name's Brian Reese, host of Visual Disturbance. I hope you guys come back, subscribe. Just please wait and stay tuned for the next episode. Shalom, everybody.